Welcome everyone to the second session on the problem on linear and circular rays. So in the last class, we have done till nine problems. So in the last class, we did till nine problem and we did couple of problem related to linear rays and we did couple of problem related to the circular ray. So we'll continue discussion on the same topic. So the next question is very good question probably, and this will check your concepts. Until now, whatever you have understood, you can pause the video whenever you want, and then gradually, probably once you're done with that, you can check your answer. And imagine if you did not get the answer, you are most welcome to again watch the video and understand the complete solution. So this is what we are going to do here. So we're going to do now, we're going to start from question number 10 till question number 9 we have done in the previous class. So first make sure that you watch those videos to understand this kind of question. So if you see in the question number 10, it is given in a kilometer race, if A gives 40 meters start, okay, so means in 1 kilometer race is there between A and B. So A, if it run 1,000 meter, if A gives B 40 meters start, so 40 meter start where A told that A will run 1,000 meter, the B would run 960 meter. A will win the race by 19 seconds. It means if A is gonna run 1,000 meter and B is gonna run 960 meter, then the time what the A will take, the time what A will take, time what A to take to cover, time what A will take to cover 1,000 meter, that is that is 19 second less than, that is 19 second less than the time what B will take to cover, time what the B will take to cover 960 meter. Okay, so based on this you can formulate the equation. Let the speed of A is A, let the speed of B is B. So the your equation would be 1,000 by A plus 19 will be equal to 960 by B. So this will be your first equation. So here it is given that in 1 kilometer race, if A gives B 40 meter start, means if A is gonna run 1,000 meter and A told B that I'm gonna run 1,000 meter and I'm giving you advantage of 40 meters, so that possibly the objective of A was to complete the race on the dead heat, but ultimately even then the A win the race by 19 seconds. Means when you talk about the time that if A is going to win the race by 19 seconds, it means that A had reached the finishing line 19 seconds before the B. So the time taken by B to cover 960 meter is is 19 seconds more than the time taken by A to cover 1,000 meter. So, but if A gives 30-second start now, if A gives 30-second start now, but if A gives 30-second start, so but now A and B, if you talk about A and B, so but if A gives 30-second start, so if B gonna run T plus 30 second, means B is gonna run 30 second more. Okay, this time. So if because this earlier the A has given advantage to B in term of distance. Now if A give advantage to B in the term of time. So but if A gives 30-second start, B win by 40 meter. So in that case, that if now B is gonna run 1,000 meter and B will win the race will by 40 meter. Now B win the race by 40 meter, means B will reach the finishing line. Like when B would reach the finishing line, A had just reached 960 meter. So now you can again formulate the equation based on this. So 960 by A, okay, this is 30 second more plus 30 is equal to, so this is equal to 1,000 by B. So this will be your second equation. So you got both the equation, you got both the equation. So 9,000 by A, your first equation is 1,000 by A plus 19, 1,000 by A plus 19, 1,000 by A plus 19 is equal to 960 by B. This is your first equation. And your second equation is 960 by A. The second equation is 960 by A plus 30, 960 by A plus 30 equal to 1000 by b is equal to 1000 by b. This is the second equation. So if you add both the equation, so you can say 1960 by a plus 49 is equal to 1960 by b. Okay, so so if I divide both numerator and denominator, so I can say 1960 by b minus 1960 by a is equal to 49. So if I take 1960 common, so I can say 1 by b minus 1 by a is 49 by 1960. So I can simplify this. This is 7 za, this is 2 za, 52, this is 280, this is 1 by 40. So you can say that 1 by b minus 1 by a is equal to 1 by 40. This is the third equation. So you got all the three equations. So if I write all my three equations, so first equation as I got my first equation as this was my first equation. So considering all three equation, if I consider all three equation, so if I consider all three equations here, my first equation is 1000 by a plus 19 is equal to 960 by b. This is my first equation. My second equation is 960 by a plus 30 is equal to 1000 by b. Okay, and my third equation is 1 by b minus 1 by a. 1 by b, if I write in the term of a and all, so I can write the same thing as this as, so I can write this as 1 by a plus 1 by 40 is equal to 1 by b. So 1 by a plus 1 by 40, 1 by a plus 1, 1 by a plus 40, right? 1 by a plus 40, 1 by a plus 1 by 40 or 40, 1 by a. Yeah, so this is 1 by 40, 1 by a plus 1 by 40 is equal to 1 by b. So this is your third equation. Okay, so what you can do here, what the in the question what they're asking you, the time taken by b. So they're asking you the time taken by b. So better to cancel the a. So what I can do to cancel the a, I can multiply this equation by what, 1000. So if I can multiply this equation by 1000, so I can write 1000 by a plus 1000 by 40 equal to 1000 by b. Okay, so I can write this equation as 1000 by a plus 25 is equal to 1000 by b. Then if you see the first equation was 1000 by a plus 19 is equal to 1000 by a plus 19 is equal to 960 by b. 960 by b. This is your first equation. So now if you see these two equations, now if you see these two equations, if you can cancel this get cancel, if you subtract, so you'll get 6 is equal to 40 by b. So value of b you'll get is 20 by 3 meter per second. Okay, so the value of b you got is 20 by 3 meter per second. So now find the time taken by b to cover 1 kilometer. The speed of b you know, so the time taken by b to cover time taken by b to cover 1 kilometer or 1000 meter would be equal to 1000 divided by 20 by 3. So this is 3000 by 20. So this is equal to 150 seconds. So this is the time taken by b to cover 1000 meter. Then answer would be 150 seconds. So then if you see the next question, question number 11, if you see the next question number 11. So here what is given, that two men A and B are running 4 kilometer race on a course of 1 by 4 kilometer round. So one lap is 1 by 4 kilometer. So total they're running 4 kilometer. So one round is equal to 1/4 kilometer, and the total distance is 4 kilometer, and the total distance is 4 kilometer. So the total round will be 16. The total round will be 16. Okay, so they are gonna run 16 rounds, A and B. So this ratio speed of A and B. So the ratio speed of A and B. Suppose the speed of A is 5x, the speed of B is 4x. So it means that when they meet, when they meet, first time when they meet. So first time because they both are running in same direction, right? So first time when they meet, when A completed 5 rounds, when A has completed 5 rounds, and B has completed 4 rounds, and B has completed 4 rounds. So you need to understand first time when they meet, then A has completed 5 rounds and B has completed 4 rounds. Okay, so the first time they'll meet. Next time when they'll meet, so next time, so you can understand this. So the ratio of the speed is 5:4. The ratio of the speed is 5:4. So A and B, the total they're gonna run 16 rounds. They're gonna run 16 rounds. So first time they'll meet first time when A has completed 5 rounds, because the ratio speed is 5:4, and B has completed 4 rounds. Second time they will meet. The second time they'll meet when A has completed 10 rounds and B has completed 8 rounds. So they're meeting in that ratio only, 5:4. You can understand both are running in same direction. So the relative speed will be X. So you can understand, and the total, if I assume the total, what you say, the circumference of the circular ground is L meter. On that basis, if I calculate what I will get the interpretation. So because two people are running the race in same direction, so whenever the first person will meet the second person, means the person who's running faster, that person when he's able to meet the second person, that only happens when when the first person actually runs one lap more than the other person, and while coming back, that first person will meet the second person. So probably this will happen like this. So if the two people start running the race, so when they'll meet, probably if the two people are start running the race, when probably they'll meet. So whenever they'll meet, they'll meet only on that possibility that whoever is slower, that person has covered one lap less than one that the person who is faster. So the relative distance between the two person would be the difference of one round. So that you can understand from the previous 10th problem which I did in my first session. You can watch that video to understand that concept. So here the total they're gonna run the 16 rounds. The third time when they'll meet, when A has covered 15 rounds and B has covered 12 rounds, and then this is the third time they'll meet, and then probably A would complete the 16 rounds, and A would have left the race, or A would have win the race. So total they'll meet 3 times. You can understand from this problem. So then next question, in question number 12, A runs 1 kilometer in 4 minutes 51 seconds and B in 5 minutes. How many meter start can A can gives to B in 1 kilometer race so that the race may end in dead heat? So A, if you understand here, A complete 1 kilometer in 4 minutes 51 seconds. So A has completed 1 kilometer in 4 minutes 51 seconds, and B has gonna covered 1 kilometer in 5 minutes. Okay. So what this means that if A want to give advantage to B, so A can give A can give what? A can give 9 second head start to B, so that if they want to complete the race in dead heat, so A can give 9 second head start to B. Okay, so that much what A can do. so that the race can end in dead heat. Okay, so how many meters start can A gives to B? So now they're not asking the term of time, they're asking the term of what they're asking you in the term of distance. So how many to distance? For distance you need a speed. So distance, how many meter? So how many meter head start A can give to B? How many meter head start can A gives to B? How many meter head start can A gives to B? How many meter head start can A gives to B? So that will be equal to 9 seconds is the time, and you can find the speed of B. So what is the speed of B? 5 minutes. That is 300 seconds. So you can, and that this is 1000 meter. So what is the speed of B? So the speed of B that you can find, that will be equal to 10 by 3 meter per second. So 9 into 10 by 3. So you can see that you will get 30 meter. 30 meter, the head start B A can give to B. Then you can see question number 13. So A and B walk from P to Q. A and B walk from P to Q a distance of 21 kilometer. So A and B can walk from P to Q a distance of 21 kilometer. So there's a distance of 21 kilometer. So A and B walk from P to Q a distance of 21 kilometer at the rate of 3 kilometer per hour. A speed is 3 kilometer per hour and B speed is 4 kilometer per hour. Okay, so what is the time taken by A, time taken by B to complete the round? So to complete this 21 kilometer, that would be 21 by 4 hour. Okay, so that is the time what the B will take to reach the finishing line. When B will reach the finishing line, how much time the B would take? That would be 21 by 5 4 hour. So in that time, what is the distance covered by A? In that time, what is the distance covered by A? In that time, what is the distance covered by A? So it would be 21 by 4 hour. It is running at 3 kilometer per hour. It would cover 63 by 4 kilometer. So A, when B reach the finishing line, when B reach the finishing line, then the distance what A would have covered would be 63 by 4 kilometer, and then the distance between A and B would be, what would be the distance between A and B? So the distance between A and B, then it would be 21 minus 63 by 4. Then it would be 21 by 4 kilometer. So now then the distance between them would be 21 by 4 kilometer. Okay, the where your A is running at 3 and your B is running at 4 kilometer per hour. Now the running in opposite direction, you can understand. So then you can understand the relative speed would be 7 kilometer per hour, and the distance between them would be 21 by 4 kilometer. So how much time they take to meet? The time for them to meet would be, how much time would be there for them to meet? The time for them to meet, that would be 21 by 4 by 7. So then it will be 3 by 4 hours. So they'll meet. So how much time they will take to meet? They will take 3 by 4 hours. So now they're running in opposite direction, because A and B both are running in opposite direction. So when here both are running in opposite direction, so what probably you can find that how much time they will take to meet each other. So you can find, because the distance between them is 21 by 4 kilometer and they'll meet in 3 by 4 hours. So they're going to meet in 3 by 4 hours. So in that, what is the distance the A would have covered? So distance, that 3 by 4 hours, A is running at 3 kilometer per hour. A has covered 9 by 4 kilometer. So A has covered additional 9 by 4 kilometer. And the remaining, how much remaining? Remaining is how much? 12 by 4 kilometer the B would have covered. Okay. So in that, A is running at 3 kilometer per hour. So in 3 by 4 hour, uh, how much distance A would have covered? That would be 9 by 4 hour. What is the total this point is r. Now this point is r. Now this point is r. So what you can do, you can find this distance. This distance is 63 by 4 plus 9 by 4. So this distance is 72 by 4, means 18 kilometers. That is the distance between P to R. So you can find this value very easily. Okay, so then you can see the next question, question number 14. So two friends, Ram and Lakshman, simultaneously they start running a circular track in opposite direction. Okay, so the speed of Ram is 7 kilometer per hour. The speed of Lakshman is 4 kilometer per hour. So, uh, so how many times they meet? So when Ram has covered 7 kilometers, when Ram has covered 7 rounds and Lakshman has covered 4 rounds, so number of times they meet, number of times they meet, number of times they meet, that will be 11 times. You can easily understand when this the ratio of the speed is 7:4. So when the Ram has completed 7 rounds, when the Ram has completed 7 rounds and Lakshman has completed 4 rounds, so they had meet, because they're running in opposite direction, they had met 11 times. Okay, so how many times they met when Lakshman completed 24 rounds? So when the Lakshman would complete 24 rounds, that is 4 6. So 7 6. So then by that time Ram would have completed 42 rounds and they would have met 66 times by that time. So going further, you can see the next question, question number 15. The police goes after a thief who have a start of 100 meters. So police goes after a thief who has a start of 100 meters. So the distance between police and thief is 100 meters. The distance between police and thief is 100 meters. The distance between police and thief here is 100 meter. Okay. The distance between police and thief is 100 meter. So here the police goes after thief. With a start of 100 meter, the police run 1 kilometer in the, here when you see the police can run 1 kilometer in 6 minutes and thief can run 1 kilometer in 10 minutes. So the speed of police, you can see the speed of police 1/6 kilometer per minute and find the speed of at 1/10 kilometer per minute. So the relative, so here what you can do, you can find the relative speed between them. So if police want to catch the thief, then police need to run faster than the thief, then only the police can catch the thief. So you can find the relative speed. So the relative speed between them is 1/15 kilometer per minute. So you can find the relative speed is 1/15 kilometer per minute. It means the relative speed between them is like 1 kilometer. For that it will take 15 minutes. So 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So for 1,000 meters it will take 15 minutes. So for 100 meters it will take 1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes the police will take to catch the thief. So how far did the thief go? So so the distance covered by thief in 1.5 minutes. So the distance covered by thief in 1.5 minutes. The distance covered by thief in 1.5 minutes. So the thief is covering. The thief is in 10 minutes. The thief is going 1 kilometer. So so in 10 minutes the thief goes 1,000 meters. So in so you can understand 10 minutes the thief goes 1,000 meters. So in 1 minute the thief goes 100 meters. So in 1.5 minutes the thief will go 150 meters. So you can understand this. So if I ask you how far did the thief go when he is overtaken, so thief has covered additional 150 meters. So the thief has covered additional 150 meters. So the thief has covered additional. So the total distance the thief has covered is 250 meters, and the total distance the policeman has covered is, sorry, the thief has covered is 150 meter, because so thief has actually covered 150 meter and the policeman behind him has covered total 250 meter, and ultimately then the policeman would catch the thief. Now see this question number 15. In 500-meter race, A reaches the final point in 28 seconds and B reaches in 35 seconds. By how much distance does the A beat B? So you can understand that A reached the final point in 28 seconds only. A reached the final point. So and B is gonna reach in 35 seconds. So first thing what you can do, you can find the speed of A and B. So the speed of A, you can understand that is 500 by 28 meters per second. You can find the speed of B. So speed of B 500 by 35 meter per second. Okay. So when A reaches the finishing line in 28 seconds, you have to find the distance what is covered by B. So the distance covered by B, distance covered by B when A reached the finishing line. When A reached the finishing line. So when A reached the finishing line. So the distance covered by B when A reached the finishing line. So that the speed of B is 500 by 35, and the time what the is given here, the time is suppose 28 seconds, because in 28 seconds A reached the finishing line. So here you can find the distance. So distance is 100 by 7 into 28. So you can find 400 meters. So the distance what the B has covered when A has reached the finishing line was only 400 meters. So by how much distance A beat B? So A beat B by 100 meters. So A B will beat B by 100 meters. So you can understand this. Then next question. A runs 4 times as fast as B. A runs 4 times as fast as B. A runs. So this A runs 5 times, 4 times as fast as B. A runs 4 times as fast as B. A runs 4 times as fast as B. So let the speed of B, let speed of B is suppose B. So the speed of A is 4B. Okay, if A gives B a start of 60 meters, so A gives B a start of 60 meters. So A gives B a start of 60 meters. Suppose A is gonna run X meter, B will run X minus 60 meters. So A gives B a start of 60 meters. So how far must the goal on the race course so that A and B reach at the same time? So the thing is that uh, how far must the goal on the race so that A and B reach at the same time? The speed is given here. The speed of B, speed of A is given, and A is gonna run X meter. B is gonna run X minus 60 meters. So how much time uh, they will take? So they will gonna take the same time. So you can find the same time. So same time here. So X by 4B, that should be equal to X minus 60 by B. This way, if I can solve this, so I'll get XB is equal to 4BX minus 240B. So I can say 240 B, 240 is equal to 3x. So x is equal to 80 meter. The length of the race is 80 meter. So here on what basis I have solved this. So thing is that here in this problem it is being asked how far must the goal on the race course, means like how much should be the length of the race So probably both will cover the same distance. Means the distance what the B, because you can see the speed of B is less, and the distance what the B is gonna cover is also less. So the time what the B is gonna cover, the time what the B is gonna take to cover x minus 60 meter, with the same time A should cover the x meter, where the speed of A is 4 times the speed of B. That you can find. So this question number 18. You can see question number 18. So in 10-kilometer race, you can see question number 18, 10-kilometer race, A, B, and C each running at uniform speed get gold, silver, and bronze medal respectively if A beat B. So A, B, C. So A beat B by 1 kilometer. So A has covered 10 kilometer, B has covered 9 kilometer. So A beat B by 1 kilometer and B beat C by 1 kilometer. So when B has covered 10 kilometers, C has covered 9 kilometers. Okay, so when B has covered 10 kilometers, C has covered 9 kilometers. When B would cover 9 kilometers, then C would cover how many kilometers? You can find that relation already we have done in many time in past. 9 by 10, that is equal to 9 by 10, 9 by, we can do in past. 9 by 10. So we can solve this. So this is the ratio, the 9 by 10. This will be equal to 9 by 10. That will be equal to whatever you have to find it by 9. So the value of x is equal to 8.1 kilometer. So with this, you can find the ratio of A, B, and C. That when A has covered 10 kilometer and B has covered 9 kilometer, then C is going to cover 8.1 kilometer. So in 10-kilometer race, A, B, C each running at uniform speed get gold, silver, and bronze medal respectively. If A beat B by 1 kilometer and B beat C by 1 kilometer, so you can understand the relation. When A covered 10 kilometer, B covered 9 kilometer, then C would cover 8.1 kilometer. Then by how many meter A beat C? It came in CAT 2017. Then A would beat C, A would beat C, A would beat I by 1900 meter or 1.9 kilometer. Next, you can see question number 19. In a mile race, you can see next. Yeah, you can see this. Question number 19. In a mile race, Akshay can give a start of one. Akshay can be given a start of 120 meter by Bhairo. Bhairo can give Chinmay a start of 4 meter in 100-meter dash. So in 100 meter, so, so you can see this. Yeah. So A, Akshay, Bhairo, and Chinmay. So here it is given Bhairo can give 4 meter uh, start. If Bhairo can give Chinmay start of 4 meter in 100-meter dash. Bhairo and Chinmay. When Bhairo cover 100 meter, Chinmay is gonna cover 96 meters, and Bhairo will beat Chinmay by 4 meter. Okay, so if Bhairo can give Chinmay start of 4 meter in 100-meter dash, and Akshay can be given a start of 128 meter by Bhairo. Okay, in a mile race where it is given 1 mile is 1600 meters. So, and when we talk about Akshay and Bhairo, so Akshay, this is when he covered 1600 meter. 1 mile means 1600 meter. Bhairo has covered 1600 minus 128 meter. Means Bhairo has given Akshay 128 meter start. Okay. So then what is given? Then who out of Akshay and Chinmay will win a race of 1.5 mile? 1.5 mile means 2,400 meter. Okay, so in 100 meter, you can understand. In 100 meter, when you talk about Bhairav and Chinmay, so in 100 meter, Bhairav in 100 meter, the Bhairav has given 4 meter lead, 1 4 meter start to Chinmay. So in 1600 meter, Bhairav will give how much? 116 fours, 64 meter start to C. Okay. Similarly, in 1600 meter, Bhairav has given how much start to A? Bhairav has given 128 meter start to A. So you can understand. So Bhairav has given 64 meter start to Chinmay in 1600 meter, and Bhairav has given 128 meter start to Akshay in 1600 meter race. So you can understand that the head start what is given to to Akshay is double of the head start what is given to Chinmay. You can understand that part. So 1600 if I divide by 64, 1600 if I divide by 64, 1 meter. 1600 if I divide by 64, 16 for the 64, right? So this is 25 meter, right? So 1600. So then it will 100 by 4 means 25 meters. So in 25 meter, if I talk about 25 meter, then Bhairav will give 1 meter. If I talk about 25 meter, so 25 meter race, Bhairav will give 1 meter head start to Chinmay, and Bhairav will give 2 meter head start to Akshay. You can understand this in 25 meter race. Okay, Bhairav will give 1 meter head start to Chinmay and 2 meter head start to Akshay. So out of Chinmay and Bhairav, out of Chinmay and Akshay, who will win the race? I think you can easily understand. The Chinmay is gonna win the race. So you can prove this. So 1600 by 128, 1600 by 128. This is 400 by 32. This is 100 by 8. 100 by 8. 400 by 32, right? 400 by 32, and this is 100 by 8. 100 by 8 means 12.5. So 12.5 1 meter. So 25 2 meter, correct me. So you can understand this. With this, you can understand that Bhairav, Akshay, and Chinmay. That when Bhairav is run 25 meter, the Akshay has run 23 meter, and Chinmay has run 24 meter. So means when Chinmay would cover 2400 meter, then Akshay would have covered 2300 meter, and Bhairav would have covered 2500 meters. So actually, this race is of 2400 meter. Like you can understand 1.5 mile. So 1.5 mile is 2400 meter. So 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 what will be the final lead given by winner to loser? So Chinmay can give 100 meter lead to Akshay. So final lead. So Chinmay can give can give can give 100 meter head start to Akshay. Chinmay can give 100 meter head start to Akshay, or or 1 by 16 mile head start to Akshay in 1.5 mile race. Then it's question number 20. You can see question number 20. In a circular race of 2400 meter, in a circular race, question number 20. Question number 20, in a circular race, length of the race. length of the race 2400 meter, and the length of the race is 2400 meter. A and B start from the same point at same time with the speed 27 kilometer per hour and 45 kilometer per hour. So the speed of A is 27 kilometer per hour. So you can convert 27 into meter per second with 5 by 18, 3 by 2. So the speed of A, so the speed of A is 15 by 2 meter per second. Okay. Similarly, speed of B, speed of B is given as 45 kilometer per hour. So speed of B in meter per second, then 45 into 5 by 18. So we can 5 by 2, we can find this 25 by 2 meter per second. So you found the speed of A. So length of the race is 2400 meter. The speed of A, so the speed of A is 15 by 2 meter per second, and the speed of B is 25 by 2 meter per second. Okay, so find when will they meet again for the first time on the track, or when they're running in same direction and when they're running in opposite direction. So when they're running in same direction, then probably you know that the relative speed will be b minus a. If they run in opposite direction, the relative speed will be a plus b. So relative speed when running in same direction, when running in same direction, or when running in opposite direction, when running in opposite direction, when running opposite direction, when running in opposite direction. Okay, so the relative speed when they run in same direction, relative speed between them would be 10 by 2 or 5 meter per second. Okay, so the relative speed is 25 by 2 minus 15 by 2. When they run in opposite direction, then it will be 15 plus 4, that means 20 meter per second. You can understand this. Okay, and the length is given to you 2400. So how much time they will take? So time to meet. First time that would be 2400 divided by 5. So this would be 480 second. And this would be time to meet, that would be 2400 by 20. This will be 120 second. So this means 480 means 480, 6 8s are 48. This they'll meet after 8 minutes when they run in same direction, or they'll meet after 2 minutes when they run in opposite direction. Question number 21. Ram and Shyam are running in opposite direction around a circular track of the length 25 meters. You can understand the length of the track is 25. The length of the track is 25. Okay, so the length of the track is 25. So the length of the track is 25. The speed of Ram is 33% of the speed of Shyam. So the speed of Ram is the speed of Ram. The speed of Ram is 33% of the speed of Shyam. Okay, so you can see the Shyam speed is 3 times of the Ram speed. Let the Ram speed is R, then the Shyam speed will be 3R. Okay, the length of the track is 25. The length of the track is 25, and the speed of Sham is 3 times the speed of Ram. Find the straight line distance between their first meeting point and second meeting point. Uh, so it is given that they start running simultaneously from the same common point. They run in opposite direction, and the straight line distance between the first meeting point and second meeting point, they run in opposite direction, right? So So the ram speed, let the ram speed is r, then the Shyam speed will be 3r. So they're running in opposite direction. So the relative speed between them, that would be 4r, and the length is 20 pi. So time to when they meet first time, then that would be 20 pi by 4r. So then it would be 5 pi by r. So they'll meet after 5 pi by r second. Okay, so they meet after 5 pi by r second. So what is the distance covered by Ram when they'll meet? The distance covered by Ram when they'll meet. So the speed of Ram is r. So the distance covered by Ram when they meet is 5 pi, and the distance covered by Shyam when they'll meet. So the distance covered by Shyam when they meet, if the Ram covered is 5 pi, so the Shyam is gonna cover 15 pi. Then only they're gonna meet. They're running in opposite direction. If you remember, the total ground is 20 pi. If you remember, the length of the total ground is 20 pi. If you understand, the length of the total ground is 20 pi. So the length of the total ground is 20 pi. So here, and this they'll meet after this is 5 pi. So 20 pi is the total ground, and they're meeting after 5 pi much of ram. So this is like, so this is the distance what the ram has covered. So this is the distance what the ram has covered, and this is the distance what the Shyam has covered. They're moving in opposite direction. So one fourth distance Ram has covered. One fourth distance Ram has covered, and three fourth distance the Shyam has covered, because you know that the speed of Shyam is three times the speed of Ram. So that definitely the Shyam would cover three-fourths of the distance. So this is the first meeting point. This is the first meeting point. Okay. So again after that when they meet, so they met here. So they met here. Then after that they met here. So after that again, so now Sham is running at 3R. Now Sham is running at 3R, and Ram is running at R. So means again the Shyam would cover one third of the distance, and they'll meet here second time. This was the first meeting point, and this is the second meeting point. This is the second meeting point. Okay, so what is the distance between these 2 points? Imagine this is the center. So you know the radius. So this would be r. This is r. So this would be root 2r. You can understand. So what is the distance between them? So if you can understand this, root 2r. So question is that, so find the straight line distance between the first and second meeting point. So straight line distance between the first and the second meeting point. So for the time being, you can just remove that. So what would be the angle here? So this is r. This is r. So what would be the angle? What is the straight line distance between the two meeting points? Let me draw it carefully. So this is like this. So this is like straight line distance. This is, if you understand this, from a right angle triangle. This is r. This is r. So this will be root 2r. So you can find the value 2 pi r is 20 pi. So you can find the value of r. R is equal to how much? 10. R is equal to 10. So the distance is equal to 10 root 2. So the perpendicular distance between the 2 points, or the straight line distance between the 2 points, that would be 10 root 2. Then you can see this question number 22. You can see this question number 22. P cycle at the speed of 4 meter per second for the first 8 seconds. and 5 meter per second for the next 8 seconds, 6 meter per second for the next 8 seconds, and so on. Q cycle at the constant speed of 6.5 meter per second throughout. Okay, and if P and Q had to cycle for force 36 meter, so the speed, how much is the speed? You can see that Q speed of Q. You can see the speed of Q is 6.5 meter per second or 13 by 2 meter per second, and the distance what the Q has to cover, that is equal to 436 meter. So what is the time taken by Q to cover 436 meter? That is 436 by 13 by 2. And it is 436 into 2 by 13. So this is 13. This is 436 by 2. This is equal to, you can find this value. So the time taken by Q to cover, time taken by Q, because so what is the time taken by Q to cover 436 meters is 436 by 13 by 2. So you can solve this. So this is 3 is 39. 39 means, and then if you solve this 436 correct, right? So 40 so 39 46 46 436 by 2 into 13. So what is the distance? You can find the distance. So the distance is 436 into 2 by 13. So you can find the distance. The distance 436 into 2. 436 is 12. 872. So 872 by 13 meter. So that you have to find the time, right? Distance is already given. The distance is already given. You have to find the time. So 872 by 13. So 13 6 are 78. So this is 92. 13 7s are 91. This is 10. 10. This is 0. So 7s are 91. Then 90. Then 6. So around the time is around 7.076 seconds, around that. So you can see this. So here, P cycle at the speed of 4 meter per second for the first 8 seconds, 5 meter per second for the next 8 seconds, and 6 meter per next, and so on. Q cycle at the speed of 6.5 meter per second throughout, and P and Q has to cycle 436 meter race. So if Q is running at 6.5 meter per second, so how much time that Q would take to cover 436 meters? So let me just reconfirm. 436 meter divided by 6.5. So you can understand this. So divide by 6.5. So this is 8. This is 872 by 13. So 872 by 13, that is 67. Around 67.076 second it is gonna take. Okay, Q is gonna take. So how much lead in the term of distance can P gives to C, can P gives to Q and still finish in the same time as Q? So here and still finish the same time as Q. So the time taken by Q is around this much. So time taken by Q, so the time taken by Q is around 872 by 13 seconds. This is the time what the Q is gonna take. Okay, this is the time what the Q is gonna take. So in the same time, that is around 67. That is around 67. 67. So 67 13 into 60 91 and 78 1 871 67 1 by 13 second. That is around 67 1 by 13 second. So it is around this much. So this is around this much, 67 1 by 13 second. This is the time. What is the what? Q is gonna take. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to find how much distance the P is gonna cover. So P cycle 4 meter per second for 8 seconds. So when you talk about P is gonna cycle 4 meter per second, 4 meter. So speed and the time, the speed and the time, and then we can find the distance. So here, when we see here the scenario, if you see here the scenario, so P cycle at 4 meter per second, P cycle at 4 meter per second for the first 8 seconds, for the first 8 seconds. So it is gonna cover 32 meters. Okay, then it would cover 5 meter per second, then it would cover, then it will cycle 5 meter per second for the next 8 seconds, means 40 meter, and then 6 meter per second for the next 8 seconds. So 6 meters per second for the next 8 seconds. So then it is around 58 meters. So like this, the total time is around 67. You can see 8 table. So in 8 table, you can do maximum 7 times, right? 68, 8 is 64. Okay, 8 times you can do. So around, yeah. So this value, this is increasing only. So you can see this you can find this all in AP. So you can understand this all in AP. The distance 8 8 is 64, 8 total times around 67. The total distance is around how much? Total distance is around, I think the total distance is 436, right? So the total distance, if this is in AP, 32 plus 40 plus 48. You see AP, how much I want? 436. I want is 436. I want is 436. So here A is equal to 32 and B is equal to 8 and the sum is given 436. So you can apply n by 2. You can find n by 2, 2A, 32 plus n minus 1 into how much? D is 8. Find the value of n when A able to cover 436 meter, or you can do it manually. So 36 to the 72, right? 72, 872 is equal to n is equal to 64 plus 8n minus 8. So, so 872 to n, this is 56 plus 8n. So you can solve this. If you divide, this is 109. 109. 109 is equal to n is equal to 7 plus n. You can solve this. You can solve this. N square plus 7n minus 109 is equal to 0. N square plus 7n minus 109 is equal to 0. Minus 7 plus minus b square 49 minus 4ac. So minus minus plus 109 4s are 436 divided by 2. So you can solve this. So the n value you will get with this, minus 7 plus minus 436 plus 49, 436 plus 49, 485, 485 divided by 2. So the value of n is minus 7 plus minus uh, this is 20, 28, no, 23 square is 529. This is around 22. Divide by 2, 22 point something. So 22 by 7, 22 minus and 15 by 2, around 7.5 something. Better we can do manually if you can do. The total distance, if I find, this is 32, this is 72, 72 plus 48, this is 120. Again, then it will cover 48, 48, difference of 8, 856. Then this is 176. Then it would cover 56, then 64, 56 and 64. Then it is 10, 14 to 40. Then and then 8 nines are 72, 72, 2, uh, this is 2, this is 11, 312, then this is 80, then you can see this is 80, this is 392, and then 392, and then you can see 88, means 8, 10, 1 carry, 10, 18, 480. So, but the total distance is how much? Total distance, this is, you can understand, this is 8 second, then 8 second, and then 8 second, and then 8 second, and then you can see after this how much distance required, 436, right? uh, how much distance required after this, you can understand how much distance, 436, right? How much distance required, 436 minus 392, if you can subtract, this is Forza, this is Forza, so 44 meter you require. So 44 meter you can do in 4 seconds only, because you are doing 88 second here. So you can do here, this is 44, so then you will get 436. So that is going to happen how many seconds? You can count 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 7, 8, 7 is 56, 60 seconds. So this is going to happen in 60 seconds. So that is going to happen in 60 seconds. In 60 seconds, the P, right? In 60 seconds, P is going to cover 436 meters. Okay. So in 60 seconds, what is the distance covered by Q? That, so in 60 seconds, so P has reached 436 meters in 60 seconds. Okay. So the distance covered by Q, what is the distance covered by Q? So the distance covered by Q, distance covered by Q in 60 seconds, it would be 60 into 6.5. So you can say 60, that would be 60 into 65, 6 are 65, 6 are 30, 390 meter. That is 390 meter. So if P really want to complete the race in dead heat, it means the P should give how much? P should give how much? 46 meter head start to Q. 46 meter head start to Q to complete the race in dead heat. To complete the race in dead heat. If they really want to complete the race where both will reach at the finishing line at the same time. So then you can see this question number 22. Amar, Akbar, and Anthony decide to have a race. Amar, Akbar, and Anthony decide to have a race. So you have Amar, you have Amar, you have Akbar, and then you have Anthony. They decide to have a race. Okay, X meter race. Sorry. Here, Anthony complete a race 14 meter ahead of Amar. Anthony complete the race 14 meter ahead of Amar. Okay. And Akbar finishes 20 meter. Akbar, Akbar finishes 20 meter ahead of Anthony. Okay. And 32 meter ahead of Amar. And 32 meter ahead of Amar. So what is the Amar speed in the term of Anthony's speed? You can solve this. You can write talk in the term of Amar and Anthony. The ratio remain the same, x by 14 by x minus 32 equal to x by x minus 20, cross multiply x minus 14 into x minus 20 equal to x minus 32. Solve x square minus 20x minus 14x plus 280 is equal to x square minus 32x minus 34x plus 280 is equal to minus 32x. equal to 140 meter. X is equal to 140 meter. What is the Amar speed in term of Anthony? So what is the Amar speed in term of Anthony? So you can understand here that if you see Amar and Anthony, if you see Amar and Anthony, if you see Amar and Anthony, X value you got 140. So when Anthony covered 140 meter, Amar covered 126 meter. You can see from this. Okay, so what is the speed? So 126 by Amar speed is equal to 140 by Anthony speed. So what is Amar speed? Amar speed in terms of Anthony. So 126 by 140 into Anthony's speed is equal to Amar speed. 14 nines are 126, 14 tens are 140. So 9 by 10 of Anthony's speed is Amar speed. Is Amar speed. Simple. Next question. In the race of three horses, the first beat, the three horses are running race. The first, then you have second, and then you have third. So in the race of three horses, the first beats second by X meter. So when a first run X meter, the second run X minus 11 meter, and third by 90 meter, and the first beat second by 11 meter and third by 90 meter. When the first run X meter, the third run X minus 90 meter. If second beat third by 80 meter, if the second beat third, if the second beat third by 80 meter, second beat third by 80 meter, and second run X meter, third run X minus 80 meter. Okay. What is the length of the race? So you can talk in the term of ratio. So you can see, again let me read the statement. First beat second by X meter and third by 90 meter and third by 90 meter and third by 90 meter. So third by 90 meter. So you know the ratio. Take the ratio second, third, X minus 11 by X is equal to X minus 90 by X minus 80, cross multiply. So X square minus 80X minus 11X plus 880 is equal to X square minus 90X. So X square will get cancelled. So minus 91X plus 880 is equal to minus 90X. X is equal to 880. That is the length of the race. This came in exam CAT 2019. I hope you understood this. So in 2 sessions, we completed all the concepts of race and games, where we did both linear race and we did circular race, and we had covered most probable question which came in CAT, ZAT, or ATMA, or CMAT, all these exams. Either it related to your exam preparation for either for placements or for any job perspective. The concept of race and games are getting more and more important nowadays, and many competitive exams focus more on the concept of race and games when it comes to time, speed, and distance chapter. I hope you understood this. Take care. Bye.